After the former judge Ehud died, the Israelites sinned again against Yahweh, and Yahweh sold them into the hands of Jabin, king of Canaan, who reigned in Hazor. And the commander of his army was Sisera, who lived in Harosheth, the forest of the nations. And then the Israelites cried out to Yahweh for help, because Sisera had 900 chariots with iron wheels, and he had oppressed the Israelites cruelly for 20 years. Now Deborah, a female prophetess, Lapidoth's wife, was judging Israel at that time, and she used to sit under the palm of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel in the hill country of Ephraim, and the Israelites would come up to her to ask her for help in making decisions. And she summoned Barak, Abinoam's son, from the town of Kadesh in the region of Naphtali, and said to him, "Hasn't Yahweh, the God of Israel, commanded you, 'Go, gather your men at Mount Tabor, and take 10,000 men from the tribe of Naphtali and the tribe of Zebulun. And I will bring Sisera, the general of Jabin's army, to meet you by the river in the Kishon valley with his chariots and his troops, and I will give him into your hand.' Now Barak said to her, 'If you'll go with me, I'll go. But if you won't go with me, I won't go.' She said, 'I will certainly go with you. But because of the way you're going about this, the glory will not be yours, for Yahweh will sell Sisera into the hand of a woman.' Then Deborah got up and went with Barak to Kadesh, and Barak summoned the tribes of Zebulun and Naphtali to Kadesh, and 10,000 men followed him, and Deborah also went up with him. Now Heber the Canaanite had moved away from the other Canaanites, the descendants of Hobab, Moses' father-in-law, and he'd pitched his tent as far away as the oak in the town of Zananim, which is near Kadesh. Now when Sisera was told that Barak, Abinoam's son, had gone up Mount Tabor, Sisera summoned all his 900 chariots with the iron wheels, and all his troops and the men who were with him from Harosheth, the forest of the pagans, and he went with them to the river Kishon. And Deborah said to Barak, "Go, for this is the day in which Yahweh will give Sisera into your hands. Isn't Yahweh marching out before you?" So Barak went down from Mount Tabor with 10,000 men following him. Yahweh threw Sisera and all his chariots and his troops into a panic before Barak. Sisera got down from his chariot and fled away on foot. Barak pursued the chariots and the army to Harosheth, the forest of the pagans, and all the army of Sisera were killed. Not even one was left. But Sisera had fled away on foot to Jael's tent, the wife of Heber the Canaanite. For that time there was peace between Jabin the king of Hazor and the house of Heber the Canaanite. And Jael came out to meet Sisera and said to him, "Stop and rest, my lord. Stop and rest with me. Don't be afraid." So Sisera did stop to rest in a tent, and she put a rug over him. And he said to her, "Please give me a little water to drink, for I'm thirsty." And she opened a goatskin container of milk. She gave him a drink, and she covered him again with the rug. And he said to her, "Stand at the entrance to the tent. If anyone comes and asks you, 'Is there a man here?' say no." Then Jael, the wife of Heber, took a tent peg in one hand and a hammer in the other. Then she went softly to him and drove the peg into his temple until it went down into the ground while he was lying fast asleep from exhaustion. And so he died. Meanwhile, Barak had been pursuing Sisera, and Jael went out to meet him and said, "Come here, I'll show you the man that you are searching for." And he went into a tent, and there was Sisera lying dead with the tent peg in his temple. That day the Israelites saw how God defeated Jabin, the king of Canaan. And Israel's hand became stronger and stronger against Jabin, the king of Canaan. until they completely destroyed him.